The evolution of drinking bottles is pretty wild. We started out with a whole bunch of these plastic ones. What we found was you drop it once, it's gone. Then we went into a whole bunch of these with the handle. But the problem is 40 ounces. That's a lot. And the base didn't allow us to put it in cars and things like that. So eventually we evolved to these 20 to 24 ounces. And we got a lot of them. Lots of Bubba's, we got some Starbucks, and some little special things. The problem is no handle. Try to carry a whole bunch of these. One hand, one cup. But if you're like going around and sharing these or bringing them out, you can carry a lot more with handles. The other thing we've done is looked at straws. So let's go to a top-down shot and get into some of the details up close. For the past couple months, I've been evaluating these tumbler handles. You can buy them as a single or a pair. I got these two sets because they looked pretty close. One of the things I really like about both sets is they have a rubber gasket that's glued in here. This one is pretty obvious. There's a little bit of rubber built onto the handle. The designs of the handles are subtly different. That's more straight. This has got a little bit of a curve and arch to it. And this one has a little bit of bumps. I wanted to try all sorts of different 20 ounce to 24 ounce steel tumblers. Different designs, whether they have something on the outside or not. Because of this gasket, they fit in there good. There are ones that you Velcro in place. Not a big fan of those. You can see there's a little bit of play here, but that's okay. And there seems to be enough structure around here and here so that this handle's not going to break off. There's also versions where it comes down and you actually have it gripping here and here. And I'm not such a big fan of that because sometimes I just want to take and slide this into my car. And I found that this gap works really well in passing through where the cup holders are. Right or left-handed, because all you have to do is turn it around. Overall, I think they're pretty close as far as which one I prefer. Slightly thinner here. And I thought initially that this was going to be better because of these bumps. But I think they're just about the same. And when you want to take them off, they're pretty easy. Just push down and they come off. Now, if for some reason you had a straight profile, kind of like this, you're not going to be able to use these because it relies on a slightly expanding to the top shape in order to use this design. When it comes to straws, you got a couple options. Some of the bottles don't come with straws. Many do. Got a little paddle here. One of the things I don't like about plastic straws is over time I have a tendency to just kind of wear them down on the end. Not that I bite on them or chew on them, it just happens. You can get a silicone straw. I'm not really convinced of those. The steel ones are real good, and that's my go-to. I have a little thinner version of this, but this one's good too. Usually they have rolled ends on the top and the bottom. The only problem is, this is like an arrow. There's all sorts of horror stories where somebody falls and gets this in their eye. Oh, that's horrible, isn't it? Passenger in a car, the car stops abruptly and it's in their mouth and boom, that thing just goes right in there. And even a plastic straw for that matter. But there is another option. These are portable straws. They come with a little cleaner that collapses the length of the straw. They're about the same size as a regular straw, and many of them come with some sort of silicone tip on there, so then they can be as long as a regular straw, and they'll do fine in all sorts of tall tumblers. For some reason you get in an accident, you're sucking on that thing, and it's flexible. Definitely something to consider. And the other great thing about this design is if you got a soda or anything in between, you can adjust the height of the straw. That's pretty cool. I'll post these handles and you can see the reviews of others and the collapsible straw and the steel straw and silicone straws down below in case you're interested. Thumbs up and comments always appreciated. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in all sorts of valuations of things you use around the home, sporting gear, photography equipment, designs of all kinds, making and breaking stuff. I even do costumes, cosplay, and props. Check out my channel and please subscribe because you never know what you're gonna see.